Yeah. I like seeing you squirm to get into it. You're right.
Protect the adductors.
Okay.
What?
Is the time right?
Yep. Timer starts now.
Elon hasn't been assassinated?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Nah.
That's good.
Still lives to fight another day.
He probably has a couple of clones of himself ready to go, I reckon.
They probably already.
Kuro messaged
Yeah,
me, reckons
might
he's
be.
not human.
Yeah. Well, that was what they used to say about Mark Zuckerberg. Anyway, moving on. Good start. I had a couple of topics to talk about.
Yeah.
Based off, I was just doing some hunting through some Facebook groups yesterday. Obviously, we got a little giveaway happening at the moment, so I was looking for some like giveaway side hustle pages to see what people were talking about and see what people talk about in terms of side hustles. I personally don't reckon I've really had a proper crack at any other side hustles, but I know you have outside of match betting.
Yeah.
If you wanted to,
He's like, yeah.
There was no question.
well, you saw where I was going with it.
He just kind of ended his sentence. But
Yeah, I mean,
I'll
do you
explain.
want me to ask what I'll
No, I get
I'll
it.
ask the
I get it
question.
now.
What side hustles have you tried?
A few. So, first one ever. Some people might know this because they would have seen maybe an old video or I said it in videos, but used to sell soft drink cans at high school.
Yep.
So I used to bring them, refrigerate them the night before.
Refrigerated them. Yeah, I don't reckon you've told me this trick because that was the game changer move, wasn't it for you?
Stayed
Bringing
cold
in-
enough.
yeah,
in the
bringing in
lockers
cold
if
ones.
Well, they were
if they
cold,
come in
yeah.
cold.
No one wants warm fucking soft drink.
No, exactly, but it's not easy to do that. Like you're lugging around a school bag on the bus.
Yeah, I used to bring like 30 a day.
30.
Yeah.
Imagine how heavy that would be.
They were heavy. But
That's a cube.
yeah, so 30 and then sell them for a dollar. Yeah,
I
$1.
reckon they were $1.60 at the canteen.
Yeah. So everyone would
So you're
this was undercutting
undercutting.
the canteen, yeah. I made like
wouldn't have.
$800 off it as like a
That's not bad.
15, 16-year-old.
Yeah,
But
okay.
then-
What were you making? 50 cents a can, pretty much.
Yeah, so the Cokes you could get for 50 cents, that was the max. But the Pepsi Maxes and stuff,
Bit more or
Schweppes,
less?
42 cents.
Yeah, nice.
And then the Kirk's creamy soda was 33 cents a can.
Yeah,
so they
people
were a
like the
full
Kirks as well.
Try to flog those off.
67 cents per can profit for those.
Yeah,
So I used to make like 20, 30 bucks a day, whatever.
It's probably not what a lot of our listeners are probably going to have a crack at
No,
for a
that's-
side
that's
hustle,
done.
but it
So-
sort of shows where you're at. Yeah.
Then when I was at uni, so I studied osteo in my second year, almost failed every subject because basically in every class I was just like negotiating with Chinese people on Alibaba, like making clothing.
Why is
Okay.
your race irrelevant?
That's what they were.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Where do you think everything gets made? Fucking Afghanistan.
Everywhere these days.
Yeah.
Most shit I would say is in China. But
Yeah.
So what were you buying off them?
So I got
What were you
like
negotiating with the?
how to print the clothing and shit that I wanted, putting the logos on them,
You did
pricing,
Did you do One Direction and stuff? T-shirts.
One Direction,
What?
What was the best seller?
counterfeit One Direction hoodie.
Counterfeit.
Well, it's not fucking real. I'm not One Direction supplier. So I put the logo, printed hoodies, printed T-shirts, sold like fucking 200 of them. Like,
Really?
They fucking went off.
How are you selling them?
eBay.
On eBay.
Yeah, just eBay.
Well, why'd you stop? Sound like you got a little.
I just moved on to the next product. I've sold a lot of things. A lot of shit didn't work. A lot of shit did.
So after the
Oh, it's up to you.
No,
I
after
mean, I
the-
was going to admit a story too, but then I thought, no, I don't want to.
No, then I sold a lot of shit on like chargers and iPhones. When the new iPhone cord changed from a big motherfucker one to this thing,
Yep.
they changed them, and I got cords, bullet car chargers, and adapters, and I was selling 10 to 15 items an hour at uni for like 2
Wow.
weeks. Yeah,
an
like,
hour.
yeah, like break. My phone was just a ding, $20, $40, $60, and it was
What, when you were doing all the packaging and selling?
yeah, one by one.
That'd
But
be a drainer.
Were you
Massive-
match betting this time as well or not?
2000, no,
Okay.
not till that was 2012.
Yeah. Okay.
2014 started match betting. But yeah, they did that. A lot of shit, like my mum's still telling me to get rid of the stock in the garage at her house. She's like,
really?
get rid
So you
of this
still have
shit. Like I'm overexposed on half the shit I bought. Like
Yeah.
would have probably made like 10 grand overall, but nothing special. Nothing ever fully kicked off until Hustler. So I had a crack at a lot of things.
We
tried-
did I know you had another. You re-entered the space. The start of
COVID
COVID.
thing. We brought the wands in.
Were there?
Yeah, for all the people that were sort of wanting to sanitize themselves with UV light, there was these wands we brought in.
I remember that.
Biggest waste of time ever, but that's what we did. But yeah, a lot of things failed, which is probably why like I can understand business a little bit, like having that many failures.
Yeah.
Well, what do they say?
Have you tried anything, Steve?
Not when I was younger. Actually, when I was younger, I had a couple. I was running the newspapers at my like caravan park where I was on holidays.
Like the paper out.
Yeah, but I just like it wasn't
As in
like
you just
an
go to
official
the
thing.
newspapers,
paid?
pick up 10.
Yeah.
Get
Pick up
tips.
10 newspapers and drop them off to people.
Yeah, and then I'd do their milk and their
nice.
like loaves of bread and shit. But it was all my aunties and uncles. But I was making like $5 a day.
Yeah, nice.
And I'd just go up and that was about it. Oh, I did. Yeah. Well, I had a funny one.
What?
I had a funny one. This is a bit dodgy, but like I was a kid, so I was fine. It was in like grade 2, and you remember the chocolate drives that you do at school? They give you a box of chocolates,
So you
50
stole
caramel koalas. No, I didn't steal. No. I got there and got the box of caramel koalas, Freddos, whatever they were, and I walked around and I used to sell them on my street. They were $1 and I'd sell them for $1.50 and then just pocket the 50 cents.
Yeah.
And then make $25 a box.
Fair enough.
So that was a nice little hustle.
I know somebody
you?
that did that in primary school that did exactly that. But like when he'd sold his, the 50 in the box or whatever, he would, once he'd sold the 50 for the drive, he'd go to Coles or whatever and fill it up again and then sell them again twice. But all of that money went to him.
What, he just stole it?
Yeah. Well, he didn't steal it. He was just selling additionally on top of it in the name of the charity, but it was for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And I think he actually made
How-
like a
but
few
like-
$100.
Did he?
Because you know how you sell like they give you like 50 chocolates or whatever,
Yeah.
and he would sell the 50 chocolates,
Yeah.
and then sell another 50 chocolates.
Yeah, I get that.
So
but he'd be buying
where do you
them.
get
He'd have to buy the...
Yeah, he'd buy them from
the
Coles
second
and then
batch.
sell. Yeah, so he just made the profit
Yeah,
on the
no,
chocolate.
can't be doing that.
Yeah,
That-
that's dodgy, but like
Yeah.
we
It's
were
not.
kids.
Yeah. It's almost like if I was to play that game, I would fear the karma train coming
Yeah,
more,
well,
more
yeah,
than the
10-year-old.
money you're
The
going
karma,
to
the
make.
karma
Yeah.
train always comes.
But yeah.
Yeah.
The karma train comes.
What about you? You did nothing.
Nah, I did a paper out,
What about you were doing the?
and I
bloody-
sold brownies. Good, baked goods
nice
during COVID.
Chocolate?
That hit off. Yeah, chocolate brownies. They absolutely. I think Steve bought a few,
Yeah,
which was nice.
peppermint in
Discount.
them and shit. Taste vegan ones, weren't they?
Yeah, we did vegan slice as well. That was more Billy's expertise. But yeah, they hit it off. That was a good little side hustle. Apart from that, no, just did a paper,
happened to that?
paper out.
What about
Still
when,
going, but
Still
I've just
going.
yeah.
What about when you
finger in too
discovered-
many pies? So I've taken it out of that pie.
Shout out to Bryant. What about
Shout out to...
you did a match betting one before me? Something to do with like some guy you learnt it from.
Oh yeah, it wasn't. Well, it was match betting, but yeah, like where I learnt match betting. I can't remember how. Like I ended up in this Facebook page one day, and this guy was like telling me to play. Like they did it like you join, and they'll show you how to turn your bonus over. They were doing it so inefficiently, but they show you how to do it, and whatever profit you make, you transfer them 10%. Now this was when I was like maybe like 19. I'd never knew that this existed, and even after I worked it out, I didn't act on it for quite a while. But I knew that it existed, but I'd only ever seen it through. They were doing the lines.
Yeah.
So they were doing like 49% bonus turnover or whatever. And I saw it in action and I was like, wow, that's really clever. I just made free money, left my accounts there. And I remember getting an offer probably like a year later on an account that I didn't even know that it existed. And then that was when I first had like an actual crack at match betting.
Nice.
But yeah, that's about it really in terms of side hustles. But always been looking, like I've always been like a good saver and stuff. I know you, JP, wish that your bank accounts look like mine in terms of like structure and organising.
Wouldn't have a clue where
Yeah.
half my money is.
Whereas
It's
I'm
pretty bad.
like me and Steve had this convo the other week. I like to like save for things and then buy them. Whereas Steve's just like a bulk put money into savings, and if he wants something, he pulls money out. Whereas I like save for specific things, like save for a holiday, new bed, whatever. There's no right or wrong way to go about it, but I've always been big on like saving. Even like when you get money from Nonna or whatever at Christmas and shit, I used to always put it away, always save it.
Yeah.
I've got heaps and heaps of like footy cards and stuff as well that
Yeah,
I don't
I know
know.
footy cards.
Actually, I did do one dodgy thing in primary school, and I feel bad saying it now. There's probably people watching it that I've dogged. But you know, I used to trade footy cards.
Oh,
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. One time, I remember I can't remember who came, used to play junior footy, and a footy player came, I think it was like Scott West or something, came to the footy club and actually signed my footy card.
Oh,
And I thought I was a
doing fake
king. Yeah.
signatures.
And then after that, because everyone wanted to trade for it. And I was like, bro, I got to sign a few of these. So I think I was in like year 3, but I got in trouble from the school.
Yeah.
Because I ended up having like a
17.
new signed footy card once a week. And they're like, how is this out? And then I got in trouble from school.
What happened?
I just had to give their cards back for the trades.
Oh, yeah.
So the karma train came and hit me. And then I had the cards that I traded that I'd written on that are fucking useless. So yeah, that's all I've done.
Yeah, nice.
What time are we at?
Still got a couple minutes left.
What else happened in the last week? Spring
Bloody
Carnival.
hectic, yeah. Melbourne Cup Carnival.
Fill up. Return to the tipping box.
Yeah, you made your return, which was nice.
Fuck, it was fun. I
Yeah.
miss tipping. I haven't tipped for like 2 months.
Well, it's nice when there's 530 people that are all betting on what you're sending out.
No, it was probably one of my most fun days on the weekend.
But like having to scroll through Twitter, it seems like, well, I'm sure it was. I've even seen some podcasts from Betfair. Tom Haylock, they put a podcast out and said that it was like an absolute bloodbath for punters, like a full blown bloodbath. So to come out 11.2 units or something for the
0.8.
carnival, 11.8. That's a good result and a good lesson, I guess, as well. Especially because the start of the carnival was like, you know, no profit, and then people get restless or upset or frustrated, stick to the process and make profit. So good.
Yeah,
little
I
reward.
reckon last couple of years, I reckon November and December we've seen a big like influx of members.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's just because they get to the end of the spring carnival and they've just
As in
done
after
their,
it.
done
Yeah.
their dough.
So yeah, we probably see a heap of people.
Well, I
we're
don't know.
probably anticipating that anyway with the boom we've had in just everything growing business. But
yeah.
yeah, we're at all time high, 530 in the channel, so it's good.
If someone's still listening now, I think Steve, I know you mentioned it at the very start, but I think it'd be worth mentioning again and maybe potentially giving away a couple of entries in the comp if they do something. Maybe give them like 3 entries if they make it to the end of this and send us a DM saying podcast.
Or comment or something in the YouTube.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it should be.
What are we
but-
trying to?
Well, obviously,
Give them more
we've got a
entries
giveaway.
into the
Yeah.
We've got a
draw.
giveaway at the moment. We're giving away
2,500.
$2.5 grand, $1,500 to the winner.
we'll
it's
just
on our Insta.
any tag is worth 3 times.
If they tag their mate,
Yeah, it's
and it
worth-
says podcast.
As in what?
It's worth 3 entries for the next, I don't know, 2 hours.
But they have to write
Yeah, but
podcast.
how do they know how we?
Yeah, they have to write podcast.
We'll know
How?
because we'll know when the. Oh, I guess yeah. All right, yeah,
On the Insta.
yeah. On the,
So
on the
that
actual
you have to
giveaway.
enter the comp on Instagram. We'll put the link in the YouTube.
Yeah,
But how do they know how do we know they've come from
Yeah,
the podcast?
tag someone and say podcast.
yeah. Just say podcast.
So they've made it to the end of this and they get 3 entries.
Yeah.
We do need to start cutting up their names and putting them in a bowl maybe next Monday when we do this.
Yeah, we're gonna go
we'll
live
have
and-
the bowl
It'll
with
be a
all the
big,
entries.
It'll work out. how
Big
we're gonna
giveaway
do it.
live. I don't know, Insta, TikTok. I'm not sure how we're going to do it, but we do
YouTube.
plan to go live
Yeah,
Sunday
and,
week.
and
Yep.
give it away.
26th, I think.
Yeah, so that'll be good. But apart from that, we're about to wrap up. The alarm is about to go off
Yep.
and our email marketer is at the door.
Angus.
You want to give them some words of wisdom to finish off?
Me?
Yeah, you got anything for them?
If at first you fail, try again.
Yeah, if you fail, just try again. That's it.
Oh, where'd you get that from?
You.
Nice. All right. See you next week.
Fuck me.
Those are so bad.
I think they're shit.